Well, look at all the people in the voice channel. That's non-stop.
So are we taking 43 cars?
No, taking 40.
Why?
Yo, Will, we bouncing in admin or what?
Yeah, I'll be down there.
Alright.
Is there anyone in here that wants peace and quiet during the race? I can move you to the AFK channel.
I personally prefer chaos. Keeps me focused.
If I want something quieter, I'll probably just go into the team channel.
I'm assuming people just go in there and they just mute their mics.
AFK channel automatically makes muted.
Okay, cool. I'll go over there now.
Rip.
And Andrew and Nate, I can move you down to the team channel.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
if I want something quieter, I'll probably just go down there. I'm not too worried about it. Or if we all go down there anyway, I'll go down there.
I might not be down there with y'all, but I'm not lying.
So, Will, who's on our team? Me, Andrew, you?
Yeah, and Derek, who I don't see in here tonight.
Okay. What number is Andrew?
45.
45.
45. Okay. Please tell me someone's at least running a 7. Since
Yes, Greg Evans.
Yeah, Greg is, but no one on the team.
What's next on the menu for after this race?
Chicago, isn't it? Oh shoot, we got what? Oh whoa, that caught me off guard. We got moved. That caught me way off guard. If I start hot micing, just yell at me. Nate,
What?
if I start hot micing, just yell at me.
Okay. would be considered a good lap in qualifying?
I have no clue. I haven't gotten to practice this at all, be it single car or in the draft.
Well, that's pathetic.
Well, what we've got done right now won't matter too much because we still have another lap.
How the hell is the top car a second faster than me? I mean, a tenth of a second faster.
And across the line.
What'd you do?
Really? 18th? Jesus. 19th? Wow. Okay. What did you run? You're the 03, right?
Yep.
Down that. Wow. I mean, you're safe from getting cut. You'll be in the race. Well, oh wait, no. That's. We have to race for it. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, but how the hell is the first place, the leader right now, a tenth faster? Unless they burnt the tires down.
I couldn't tell you exactly what they did.
So I thought we weren't allowed to burn the tires down.
I really don't know. Wow. Honestly, though, your position won't be too bad.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Fuel Racing League first event, the Fuel Rig Share Cup Series Twin Market Inspiration 250 from Daytona. I'm happy to see everyone tonight. This is a big field, great turnout. I know everyone's excited as I am to get going here. Before we start, got a few things to cover. Format for tonight, if you haven't already gotten acquainted to it, we're going to have 3 races. Everyone will be in one of the first 2, and most everyone will be in the third one. First race is going to set the inside line, second race is going to set the outside line, and the third race will be our main event on a 0-point stay. Going to award halfway points for the top 10 in the first 2 races, and we'll award full points at the end. Normally it'll be points to be awarded at halfway, but unique format tonight, we're going to think a little bit. First 2 races, the first duel is going to be 20 laps. The main event will be 60. I'm expecting the duels are going to take about 15 minutes each. If we get cautions, that'll be a little longer, but see how that goes. Let me check this real quick. Provided no one else at the time knocks y'all off, congrats to Tim Johnson and Gabriel Perry locking out the front row for Dizzy. Y'all, as long as no one knocks you off, y'all will go on straight to the main event. Things out of order. I'm asking everyone to take it easy here for the first little while, because obviously you can't win the race without making it to the end. Duels, apart from the first 10 spots, don't really pay much, so there's no need to go crazy. No need to go crazy in the first little while of the race. I trust everyone's read the rule book. If you haven't, the main overarching things just run with common sense. That's how we're going to be officiating. That's how I'm expecting everyone to drive. Race with your head and shoulders on, and we shouldn't have any issues. And really about all I've had. Your other admins tonight, you got myself in the 96. Zach Buchanan in, I believe, should be in the 40. Zach in the 40, Calvin Valarski in the 39, Tim Stillman in the 6, and Jackson Robards not here tonight. Out of town, they'll be in the 98 when we get it. I'll throw it over to them if I got anything to add.
I got nothing.
Just a quick little blurb about Black Flags. I know they will come up at some point because they're in the duel of the main event. Like Will mentioned a minute ago, we're going to be, getting a lot of our rules to try to share the common sense. If you think that there's a black flag you did not deserve, try to explain the situation as best you can. If it's something that way you seem to be worthy of being cleared, we'll try to take care of you. But, stick with the common sense before you tell somebody a black flag there. If you did something wrong, don't ask for it. Penalty will be much worse. Matt, everybody have a great night. Be respectful out there, but race hard. Come on, good show for everybody watching on YouTube. Yeah, you too.
Holy cow! So they actually animated the cardboard cutouts of the fans now, so they just sway back and forth.
A little bit.
That is stupid.
I mean, it's all for the immersion factor, you know?
Yeah, well, they're still cardboard cutouts.
Jump servers, anything like that. Just gonna move it straight into
I guess.
first goal here in about 30 seconds. All we got a little bit is anyone can have any questions.
Are you back in the Kmart again?
I have actually moved to a V-Gate. Take that how you want.
Well, it looks like I am starting in 16th in Heat 2. Where are you at?
I'm 20th. Duel 2. No, I'm 22nd, Duel 2. And you're what duel again? Duel 2, alright.
2.
Hello. So
Look,
it
10th.
it shows me 10th because it's taking out the top 2.
Oh, so we have to watch the duels?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
That is rather cool. Shall we commentate for fun?
I'm maybe getting moved up to commentate on the thing. I gotta see.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say we could do it here for fun.
Correct.
I gotta wait and see what Finian and Kyle do.
And just to let everyone know, it looks like
TV broadcast booth. We got a copy?
are going to
I
be
sure
the
do.
first home out of
All right, buddy. Well,
duel.
we have Nick Cohen in the first round, and it looks like you're going to be up in the second one. So 20 laps here around Daytona. This is kind of a short race, but again, this is really just to set the running order because I don't think we're going to have enough drivers to begin the elimination process. But what goes through your head in a 20-lap race, trying to make your way to the front and get the best starting position? It doesn't even matter where you start for a 60-lap race here at Daytona.
Well, definitely the biggest concern for these drivers, and myself included in the second duel, is going to be just to make the show. Obviously, I think this first duel is the most stressful because 2 get knocked out. In the second duel, only 1 driver will get knocked out of the race. But either way, you don't want to be that last person, right? But at the same time, you're in one of these races. You don't want to push too hard because if you push too hard, the chance of a wreck goes up tenfold. So it's really challenging from a driver perspective, and I'm still trying to go over what I'm going to do in my head because you want to push because it's so short, and you have to make a certain position to make the race, but you don't want to push because you don't want to get wrecked and relegated to that position. So it's really just a fine art form, I feel like.
And in fine art form, it is indeed. But 20-lap race, of course, you have your heat race coming up here as soon as this one is over. What's your strategy? Are you just going to plan on running the high lane, low lane, hanging in the back? What's your plan for that second race?
You know, Kyle, I'm lucky enough to get put up on the high side. I like to go there for Daytona and Talladega anyway. I think I'm going to try and ride up there as much as I can. Now, obviously, these Cup cars, they like to really just get single file and run it on the bottom side. Hopefully, we don't end up with that kind of racing, at least in these short duels. But it's certainly a chance. Obviously, if that starts to happen, I'll try and recognize that as soon as I can. Get down to the bottom, and I'm sure a lot of these guys on the top line will do just the same thing. But honestly, that top line starts to come in after about 10 laps, and it really starts to be a lot more powerful than the bottom.
All right, Angel, if you're willing to stick around for the whole heat, you can stay up here in the broadcast booth with Finney and I, and we'll call this race out. And this is surely going to be an exciting one. We got a grid of 21 vehicles on the racetrack, only 20 have gridded, actually. It looks like Shane Boulder in the 34 is not on the racetrack. Bringing up the rear of the field there is Calvin Filarski in the 39. And he will bring up tail end of the field, but we got Rich Jett on the 77 up on pole there, and Mike Kelly in the 5 on the outside lane. And the pace car is going to work its way towards pit lane, make the hard left, and we're going to turn him loose for 20 laps here at Daytona to set the field for the Sim Marketing Solutions 250 here tonight in just a little bit. Pace car pulls off, green flag is in the air here at Daytona.
And immediately, Rich Jett getting a bit of a jump there on the bottom side, but that's not going to matter come exit of turn 2, Kyle, because row number 2, it looks like the 56, and I think that's the 50 on the bottom side. They're going to get a huge run through these next couple of corners and really be able to close up, and it looks like that 56 actually has the better spot of the two. That's David Leclerc up top. He's going to get right to the back end of Mike Kelly here out of turn 2.
Already aggressive out of turn 2. You see guys bobbing and weaving a little bit, and a lot of things we notice here is that the crashes kind of happen on the straightaways. So a lot of tracks, the corners are the trouble spot, but with all the lateral movement you see on the straightaways, trying to hook up with drafting partners, trying to get fresh air to the motor, you see a lot of accidents happen on that back straightaway and in the tri-oval as well.
Yeah, you know, when you're loaded up in the banking here at Daytona, and the same holds true for Talladega, the car is almost more stable because obviously you're loaded down, and the car has a lot of just, you know, grip just from being loaded down. The G-force is holding you down to the track, whereas you get to the straightaways, and these cars, like, I mean, they're set up to turn left, obviously, so as you're trying to go in a straight line and still make it a passing move here or there, be it to the left or the right, wherever, the car is actually more unstable in the rear end because, again, it's set up to turn to the left through turns 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's really interesting to try and make those moves, especially on cold tires when you're just getting used to things. And really, I think one of the biggest trouble spots out of the 4 corners around this track actually ends up not even being one of the 4 corners, but the tri-oval, because it's not quite that full corner where you're loaded totally down into the banking, but you know, you still have that kind of, I guess, on the straightaway feel where the car isn't totally loaded in. The back end still wants to slide out, and as the 77 leads lap number 2 there, that's going to be a trouble spot. Going through the tri-oval, it's a little more bumpy, and the car still wants to move around like a straightaway.
Yeah, and also the top line looked like they were going to end up falling back, and the bottom line was going to end up proceeding, but here comes the top line again. They found their second win, and it looks like they're going to keep up with the inside line, so we've got a 2-lane race between them.
And the 5 of Mike Kelly has a big push coming from the 56 of Norman Pelletier in the 3rd, and into turn 3, they're dead heat up in the front.
Yeah, Mike Kelly is still playing with the air and using the fact that he has, Norman Pelletier on the top side. I called that out as David Leclerc earlier, but he's using the fact that he has the 56 behind him to try and get that push up, then side draft off the 77, slow the 77 down, and maybe even get himself a boost, get up there and try and get his nose ahead. As a big bobble out of the 29 of Dean Doucette right there, shakes up that bottom line, and that's Dwayne Culberson on his bumper. But really, Mike Kelly is really being able to use his top line effectively right now, and you're only going to see that become more and more effective throughout the race.
Now we're riding on board now to 1 of Dwayne Culberson, and it's so hard to see. And we're riding on top of the roof of the number 1 car, but you can't see anything more than 5 feet in front of you. How does a driver kind of predict what's going to happen up ahead of them when all they can see is the rear bumper of the car in front?
You know, Kyle, it's funny you ask that. I did a league race just a little bit before this one, and I actually caused a wreck by being on somebody's back end when they were on someone else's back end, just a bumper hook. And it's really tough as a driver just to know what's going on. Thankfully, on iRacing, we have that tool. It's called the black box, and you can use the relative screen on there to kind of get a picture of what's going on ahead of you. But without a real human spotter, it's really tough to see what's going on 2-3 cars ahead of you because you just have this big back end of the car right in front of you. So unless you have a human spotter that can really portray what's going on, you really have to dip out to the left, dip to the right, see what's going on, see how much room you have. Otherwise, if you do that at the wrong time in the corner, or if you're just up on somebody in the wrong spot, be it entry, straightaway, wherever, it's going to be a bad day. Realistically, you're going to end up hooking them.
And one thing we've been watching is that 56 of Pelletier has been shoving the 5 of Mike Kelly for a couple laps now, and you have to wonder when the engines are going to start getting hot here, Finney. And we know that restrictor plate racing is hard on these motors, but what do you do? What can you do when you're following someone so close, you're pushing him, shoving him, and your engine starts to feel a little hot, and you see that red light come up on the dash? What's your strategy? Is it more push the guy out in front as fast as you can to get the clean air, or do you kind of duck back and head to the rear of the field and get some fresh air to that engine?
Oh, that was me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, really, it's just engine management does come quite a bit into play. You know, you got to keep the radiator cool. And as Andrew's talking about, you know, dipping out and in, while you can kind of do a little bit of both. While you're dipping out a bit, you can kind of gauge, you know, which line's moving, which line has momentum, while also keeping your engine cool. And you know, you and me, we've been in races where super races where we've had that problem of trying to keep the engine cool while trying to push. So it's this entire race is pretty much a balancing act between many different factors at the end of the day.
14 laps to go already, and it's been very clean, very fast racing so far, but Rich Jet in the 77 still out in front, dominating so far, but he's got the 5 of Mike Kelly just hanging on to that right rear quarter panel, kind of side drafting down the back straightaway, and you see that outside line making a harder push now.
Yeah, they're all stacked up right each other, and I think they're actually about to win. Looks like the inside line is trying to either cool off a bit or just relax, and it seems like the 5 is going to get clear, and almost the 56 as well, so that outside line is starting to gain some traction here, and the 5 looks like he might stay down low.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for any one driver to get out and stay out front like that, to where Mike Kelly could, for a moment through turns 3 and 4, kind of play the Pied Piper like Dale Jr. used to do and work both the top and the bottom. Immediately, you see when he couldn't get back to the top side and block that 56 of Pelletier, that 56 got a big run through the tri-oval and down that second second short shoot down into turn 1 with that big push from behind, and immediately he's already got his nose ahead of the 5 of Kelly and almost has that position cleared, guys. So realistically, you have to be really quick on what you do, and almost you kind of want to stay up top when you get clear of that car to the inside, because you don't want to lose that help outside. The only problem then is if you get that second car clear of the first car on the bottom, what if he dips out below you? He's going to get that lead for a little while, and that top line is really going to fall back.
I think the top line gives you that mobility to move forward, and the inside line kind of gives you a little bit of a sense of safety. If there's an accident there, it's a heck of a lot easier to avoid it by diving off into the apron or off into the grass or even down pit road to avoid an accident. You're in that top lane, you can move forward, but you're at risk of being involved in a wreck.
Yeah, and even in addition to that, too, you're talking about the bottom line giving you safety. It also leaves you kind of trapped down there. If you want to move or make something happen, you have cars in nearly every way, and then you got the yellow line to your left. So you pretty much can't find a way to go. So while it does provide you safety, it also leaves you trapped for any forward mobility.
And that yellow line rule in effect here tonight that will be enforced during these heats. And you got to be careful towards the end to not get yourself shoved down there. Because even though the guy shoving you down there might get a penalty, coming back up off the track, you could cause a wreck. We saw in the 09 Daytona 500 with Junior and Brian Vickers, that whole accident that ensued because of that. So we have to keep that in mind as we come down. We 11 laps to go this time by. So next time by will be 10 laps to go, and we'll be halfway through this race.
Yeah, halfway now, and it's actually a pretty good time to start looking back towards the rear of the field. And something is a little bit, I guess, I don't know if confusing is the word, but misleading, whereas normally you want to be in the top 20 for each row, right? Well, with this format, you want to be 19th or better, since neither of the two pole sitters, be it outside or inside, is in this heat race or duel, as you will. Actually, the top line has just disintegrated. The 56 of Pelletier falling back with very little help behind the 3 car of George. They were going to lose a lot of positions, and now we have pretty much a monopoly down on the bottom side for a little bit. But back to that battle in the rear. Currently, actually, now Jonathan Lawrence falls into that final position in this race, where I believe it was Gabriel, sorry, wow, that was messed up. Gabriel Perry did not take the green, so Jonathan Lawrence in 20th place actually would be cut right now, and for a while Dan Barone was sitting there, but it looks like he made the pass, got up into 19th, and this battle is only going to heat up as the laps wind down.
That this is really the cutoff spot. That 2 car is in it, and the 83 wants it. And as we come down out of 9 laps to go this time through, you got to start thinking about that if you're Jonathan Lawrence, and you got to start making your way forward. But Calvin Filarski in the 39 also kind of in danger here as you see the 2 jump to the high lane. Look out, which comes across the nose of the 2, but can't quite get there in time. And looks like they'll survive that time through. That was a close and hairy moment there for a second.
Yeah, you can see a lot of guys are starting to look towards the top side. They're trying to maybe build up a last run to try to advance their position. And, you know, it all starts in the back, so if these guys can get hooked up and get going, they might be able to be at the front by the end of it. They still have 9 laps to go to get there.
You see the 11 of Dylan Thornton making a crazy move to the outside lane, but looked like it's going to pay off for him, but he's going to get split 3 wide here down the back straightaway. And up front, we got it all single file, but here towards the rear is where the action is really happening.
Yeah, this is where desperation is going to start to set in. Obviously, they're now in the second half of this race as Dan Barone gets shuffled and hung out to dry there. He's going to have to try and really balance this this lack of a draft he had for a while. He's going to be slower than the 83 getting behind. Looks like he'll be okay. We have a pretty good setup under these cars to help with drafting, thankfully. The Fuel Racing League has worked a lot on that throughout the summer, and thankfully he was able to get in line. But if you get hung out to dry up on the top side, if you don't get enough help, actually Nick Cohan hangs onto that car. That was sketchy there off into turn 1. You have to balance what you're doing here. Desperation's going to be setting in. You want to make a move, but if you get hung out there like Dan Barone almost was, and now Jonathan Lawrence might be, you're going to lose the draft.
Sees a little bit of damage to the rear end of that 21 of Nick Cohan, and it's a very scary moment there. Had the car dead sideways heading into turn 1, but great hands and quick hands kept that 21 going the right direction. But a little bit of left rear damage shouldn't bother him too much. It's really the front nose of these things that's very aero sensitive around a place like Daytona.
Well,
Andrew, I gotta ask you. So we're coming down to the closing races. So you're all in this like giant single file line. When do you, as a driver, decide to make a second line work and try to get up to the front?
I mean, we already see a lot of these guys making their moves, and I think that was a perfect time if you're all the way in the back like you were, or like the 2 and the 83 are. And actually now the 11 goes to the wall. He just hit that wall. He pounded it down. The 11, Dylan Thornton, just completely, I don't know if he was trying to make a move to the outside. No, he's loose down the straightaway, damages the front end of Dan Barone, and he keys up the mic. I'm not sure if he was happy about that one, but I actually liked the moves that we were seeing from the 83 and the 2 to make that move quick. And I think now if I'm further up in the pack, as these guys start to lose the draft back here, if I'm further up in the pack, I want to wait till about 3 to go. But I want to be planning that move 3 or 4 laps before, because you cannot just make a move immediately with these Cup cars at Daytona Talladega anymore. You have to plan it. You have to set it up. So you got to do whatever work in whatever lane you're in that you need to do to make a move actually go forward. Because if you don't immediately go forward, you're going to go straight to the back. So you really have to do a lot of planning. I think if I was way in the back like the 83 and the 2, I would have been planning from the start, and probably around halfway maybe make that move, try and get some spots, try and file in ahead, or even just try and honestly hit the guy in front of you until he gets just a little bit loose to move him just up the track a little bit and get your nose underneath him. It sounds really aggressive, but sometimes it's what you have to do.
You see some damage to the nose of that 2 of Dan Barone, and he's just barely hanging on to the draft here, but he's got 5 laps to get himself back in front of the 83 of Jonathan Lawrence to get a shot at the feature here tonight.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like looking at the nose of his car, I think it's going to be a little too much damage for him to keep up. You kind of need a pristine car here to really keep up with these guys, and he's slowly but surely losing the draft. So I think he's probably kicking himself and knows the inevitable is going to happen. Unless a wreck does happen, that's his only saving grace at the moment.
Out up front, it's still pretty orderly up here with Mike Kelly leading the field, but Rich Jen at 77, real close to the bumper of that number 5. He's got the 50 of David Leclerc. Hanging there, waiting to make a move, but we're coming out of 4 to go, and time is beginning to run out to form that line, because it takes a little bit of time to get the momentum going in that outside lane, something that the Xfinity and truck vehicles don't seem to have so much trouble doing.
Yeah, and with that, struggle, I guess, that's why I go back to making that move, or planning that move 3 or 4 laps in advance, and that's really going to come in when we actually go to the main event tonight, because we do have those halfway points up for grabs, so we're going to see a lot of guys start to push right in the mid part of the race, and then it's going to come back to a lull, and we're starting to see, I guess, shades of what we'll see later on, as I'm actually going to be one of the ones out there battling for it. It's going to be tough, because you have to set one of these moves up laps in advance, and with 40 cars out on the track, it's going to make it extremely tough for guys like me coming from the back of Duel 2, or I guess actually the mid part of the duel. But anyone in the back is going to have a really tough time actually getting forward unless we have one big wreck up in the front. almost, I mean, if you've run NIS on here at Daytona Talladega, you kind of know the struggle. You have to just sit back and wait for a big wreck in order to have the ability to make a move, because you need runs behind you guys, and if you don't have the support behind you, you will go nowhere. We saw that completely disintegrate the top line earlier on.
Yeah, right now I'm seeing that 56 car, and he has a friend out there. I can't quite see the number at the moment. But yeah, he seems to have a friend behind him. But those guys, if they can get some more help, they could be able to get up to the front here. But it doesn't seem like anyone's willing at the moment. So these guys are really running out of time to try to make a move. And if they're going to do it, they're going to really have to do it now, coming down to 2 to go.
And Mike Kelly still leading that pack, but if you look and see, that's the 29 of Dean Doucette looking to the outside. And he's going to try to make a line. The 50 of David Leclerc tries to jump up there, but the 77 blocks that move. So that was, the 29 still looking. And the 1 of Dwayne Culberson's going to drop to the inside and assume that position. And it looks like Dean Doucette is all by himself out there in the outside lane.
Yeah, what we're seeing is, you know, a lot of those guys you saw, as the 29 was looking out, the 50 was also thinking about doing it, and the 29 wasn't sure, and he was kind of like, oh, are you going to come with me? And the 50 seemed like he was, and he did kind of leave him out there to dry, as the 50 now gets left out to dry. So it's a lot of trust that you need to have between these guys, and really just having faith that they're going to stick it out with you.
So David Leclerc is going to lose a couple spots here, but I'm curious to see what this 1 of Dwayne Culberson does. He's been very aggressive here today and been kind of hanging around the mid-pack, but he's moving his way forward now, and he's in 3rd on the white flag lap. 1 more lap to go at Daytona for the first heat for the Sim Marketing Solutions 250 at Daytona. And wow, look at the 50 right on the rear quarter panel of the 24 of Brady Briggs.
Yeah, no one's giving each other any space right now. If I was the 1, I would have jumped out with the 50 to try to get a run, but we'll see what the 77. I feel like he has something up his sleeve, and there he goes. He jumps to the outside of the 5. The 5 goes up the block, and here comes the 1 trying to look up the inside, but he can't get it done, and everyone's looking every which way where to get to the front.
77 of Rich Jet can't make that move stick, but here comes the 1 of Culberson down to the inside now. He's got help from the 24, Brady Briggs, and now we're coming to the checkered flag. 2 wide for the lead. Mike Kelly's got the advantage to the checkered flag. Here comes the 1 on the outside. To the checkers. Crash.
Briggs gets turned.
Across the line, and Mike Kelly takes... Oh, Dwayne Culberson got it. Culberson got him at the last second. 0.005 of a second is the difference. Wow, what a finish there.
Yeah, that was a hell of a finish. Great job by those guys. And the 1 was just barely able to cross the line. I believe it'll kind of be hard for us to do because the way our timing works to see who did not make the show.
That will be Dylan Thornton. I actually was watching that battle towards the end, and Dylan got shuffled out by the 2 in the 83.
Yeah, the way that iRacing works, we will not get to look at a replay of that until a little bit later because we're heading straight to gritting for the second heat. Andrew, you got to go. But thanks for sticking with us in your heat, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, and hopefully we can work something out in the future so I can do more of that.
Absolutely. All right, man. Have good luck.
Thanks. All right. You ready to go fast?
Yeah, I think we're all making it in because there was only 20 in that one.
No, remember, because it's not putting the poles into the race. We still have to finish 19th or better.
Oh, really? Okay, I thought the polls were in there.
Nope, because it just moves them on automatically, so you have to finish 19th or better.
So the pole sitters are not in the race at all?
Nope. They advance automatically.
Wow. Yeah, I know they advance automatically, but I mean, to get the points, though, don't they have to race?
Well, no, they'll be in the main race, obviously, but this doesn't count. It doesn't throw them into the heat because they're already advanced. So iRacing just doesn't put them into the heat because they're already locked into 1st and 2nd.
I'm just surprised because I know that if we finish in the top 10, don't we get points?
I would assume they get first, honestly. I really don't know how that's gonna shake down. Because to be fair, like, while I would assume they would get first, you have to keep in mind the hole sitters in the NASCAR duels, the real things, will just sit in the back and not care. So I really don't know. That's a good question for Will.
Okay. Well, it looks like there's only 19 in here anyhow.
Really?
Yeah, relative.
Let's check that real quick. Wow. That's
So go for
wild.
broke, go for 10th or better.
Yeah, I'm just going to be sitting here because I'm lacking a few frames. I'll have to work with my graphics settings a little bit when we have that warm up. I might actually fall to the back a little bit.
I want to get to the bottom and just ride because I saw nothing happening on the top whatsoever.
Oh, dude, okay. The top side disintegrated in that one, but the top side is better. It's just that they had no help at one point and had, I mean, they couldn't
Oh
do
yeah,
anything.
yeah, I can definitely tell.
But the top is
if you get to the
definitely
bottom,
better.
if you get enough cars.
Yes.
All right, green flag.
Four didn't go anywhere on the start. Wow, there's no one on the top.
Yep.
I might sit up here just because. Wow. I gotta turn my force feed back down. Well, come on, dude. Yeah, this top is already screwed. No one stayed up here.
Get down, get down, get down, get down. Go, go, go.
I'm not clear.
Okay, well, start working your way down. I'm giving you room.
Oh, that's you. Okay, got you. I didn't know that was you right there. That's my bad.
That's all right. That's fine.
I think Will might have just got to the top. I'll try and give him some room here when we catch him.
The top's going nowhere.
Get down, Will. Come on.
Good luck, y'all. Heat number 2.
Wow, that's his car. I just see a white car with no.
Yeah, same.
What? Thank you.
I'm going to have to control R at some point. Because I'm seeing someone else like that up there in 4th. So the 18, Brian Bliss. I guess I'm just going to ride here.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was really looking forward to actually having some plate racing.
Yeah, it would be fun.
He's going high. I'm going to go with him. If he actually starts to go up
I'm
there.
not close enough.
Right, I'm just saying if he actually goes up there, I'm probably going to follow.
Oh, no, I'm fine with following you guys. I'm just not close enough.
I got you. I'll try and get you up here a little bit. Pump the brake or time it too.
In fact, I feel like I'm falling behind a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough to maintain the draft in these cars. It's just the draft package the Cup
Stupid.
cars
You have
have.
to, like, ride halfway between the right side.
Yeah. I'm trying to pump the brake a little bit, get you up here. Alright, good deal. Unfortunately, now I'm right up on Will. Gosh dang it, check out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
hard
I'm
for me to
going
tell
outside,
proximity
going
because...
up high.
10-4. It's hard for me to
Don't
tell the
help, don't help.
proximity because he's just a white car.
Yeah. No help on the 40. He's by himself.
10-4 on that.
Yeah, I know if we step out of line, we're done.
It would take at least 5 cars with a run.
Well, I think the 3 of us can do it.
I don't know.
But, I mean, there's no point.
Oh, some of us are looking. Some of them are looking. Will and somebody else were looking right there for a second. I think maybe the 6.
I think they're just looking to get some air.
Maybe. No, I can't get a run up on Will. Jesus.
I got to run on you now. Backing off a little bit in the corner.
Ooh.
What will do?
I think he was afraid he was going to pack the 76 and just completely miss the corner to miss him. Someone upstairs looking.
I was only 19 people in this race, huh?
Yeah, we're all safe.
Might as well start racing.
You guys are going, I'll go.
He got a big run. I'd say stay up here. See if we can get something going, because we're not the only ones. I might duck to the
Drop
bottom
down, I
here.
got nobody, I
Yeah.
got nobody.
But I'm gonna go back up and get Will here. I'm just doing this to get a run through the corner.
I'm gonna have to stay down low. I got no help.
10-4. Do what you gotta do, man. I'm just trying to play with the air a little bit. It's just so hard to get this thing moving.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, beating a Megan up here.
Well, one race is usually the calm race. The other one's the wild race. Welcome to the wild race.
I wish.
Oh, they're definitely going for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars. It's almost better to be on the bottom right now, I think, with how many cars
it
are up
is.
top.
We get Will on the bottom. I think we just. go
Yeah,
around
I'm
the
trying to
bottom.
get him past the 76 here, but it's just so tough. I have to dip back down and get another run to the corner.
I think the thing is, the top is faster, but nobody else does that. Everyone hugs that bottom.
No one knows how to run the top. That's the thing. They don't know how to sit here and side draft right. And it's monkey see, monkey do. So as soon as it starts moving, everybody goes up there and they don't know what to do.
I feel like I'm losing the draft again.
Yeah, I can't get anywhere. It's 5 on top, 5 on bottom, and I just cannot go anywhere right now.
Now I gotta run. Woo, 200.
Yeet. I think Will should get down to the bottom here. There's still half a race to run.
They're pinching on the bottom here.
I can't initiate a run.
I can't either. I'm gonna go around you here though if you don't get down now.
That's fine. You do what you got to do. I'm trying to make sure I help Will out. You do what you got to do, man. I mean, we may be teammates, but we're also drivers out here going for the same thing. Now I'm coming down, trying to get a run on the
No, I
corner.
understand. I just didn't know if you wanted to get down or not.
Really, I'm just trying to find a line that'll go forward.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep up with the pack so I don't get blown away.
That too.
I honestly like the tandem racing more than this shit.
Well, when you can't go anywhere but you're packed up, that bothers me. But when you can make moves and you're packed up, that's good stuff.
Oh, definitely. But the tandem racing was fun though, especially
Yeah.
in iRacing.
Now that no one went anywhere, we're starting to gravitate towards the bottom, and it's a vicious cycle.
I'm just staying here. Top's really not put together right now. 23 is all over the place. So 5 almost got it.
Oh, Will.
Whoa, what happened there?
He just went high. That was sketchy. He did it at the right place, though. That was a good move from him. And now I'm stuck behind 23. Oh, I can't even get up to him right now. I might
Sending
blink a
one
little
back,
bit.
Trying to go to the outside and hit a block of air and went nowhere.
Oh,
I just going you.
dude. I need room.
He just came down on you.
That's why I came up on him right there a little bit. Like, dude, give me room.
Watch the apron off of 4. You flipped it again.
Yeah, I'm getting it just to finish that turn off so I don't get tight. So otherwise I drift up just a little bit whether I want to or not.
Just burp it a little bit. It'll be all right.
I'm just going to stay on the bottom here. Oh my god. I got tight.
Just let off just a little bit.
And that time I got... So it doesn't turn in, but it turns enough off. I'm...
Yeah, you carried too much momentum. I think you had a really good draft.
backwards of what I know. It's bothering me. This is another reason I like the top side. That was close. I had to just hit Tim right there, and I didn't want to hit him that hard. But if I had lifted more than I did, I was going to get run over by Will.
It's fine. It's going to be fun when we get to that lap car. Oh, God.
Yeah, don't remind me. Hopefully they're courteous enough to just hit the apron down the back straight away. Are holding high. Who is that? Oh, he's not going to make the race.
Who's that?
He's 20th. That's Travis McQuiston up top.
That was fun. That was fun. I don't know if fun is the word I would use. Got one outside.
What happened? white flag.
45.846. Alright, man. White flag in the line.
I'm ready to send it if a hole opens up. Yeah, man, let's go. No. I couldn't even get him hung out there.
You got one outside. Clear high, clear high. You got one outside.
God.
Clear in the checker.
That's fine. You just can't initiate a run, man.
I gotta watch a replay of that one. That was wild. Now we practice again.
Yeah, there's a warm up. What happened to you, my guy? Whoa, how'd you finish back there?
05.
I'm gonna go back and watch it. Oh, you got a little bit tight in the tri-oval and got into him. Did they let you back on the track? Not really. Full sketch mode right there, that's for sure.
Good race there, Heat 2.
So who did not make it?
Still working on it, I guess. Let's see. From Heat 1 would be the 11 car, and the 34 car. From Heat 2 would be the... one second. should be just the 93, but it only gridded 33 cars.
Can you hear me now?
What?
Yes, we can. Mr. Ruckel, I'd like to apologize to you for earlier. I was not trying to run into you. I was just trying to stay with you. No, I understand that. I've raced you before. I know. It's all good. I was just, you talked to me a couple times, so I was like, oh, you almost
Sorry, that was my bad. Didn't mean to do that.
It's all good, man.
Huh.
I'll try to do better. Try to do better.
Yeah, I wonder if that isn't IndyCar grid.
Well, at least I got one friend.
So, do I grid up or?
Okay, we got a little bit of technical difficulty here.
Clearly.
It seems that iRacing is bugging out with the way that they're doing just heat, and that there's a few cars attacked through it that are just not letting the wheel in. I'm going to put up a new server here in just a moment. I hope that it's going to be up as quick as it's going to be on. Just bear with us just for a moment. We did test, just so everyone's aware, we did test it, and it did begin to come on.
Okay, sounds like you'll be able.
Everybody sit tight for a moment, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. Thank you all for coming out. It's great racing so far, and just keep everyone get their features. You guys are looking great out there.
Oh, come on.
My TV time right here.
I understand this isn't going to be the race server, but this is pretty sad.
Yeah, it'll end up being a custom grid based off of the finish results from the
That's pretty sad. That's the way we act when the broadcast is probably still watching.
He's been kidnapped and he's in a warehouse.
No, he's just trying to work as fast as possible to make you guys happy. So give him a moment and he'll get it all set up for you guys.
Made it through that mess. No damage. Ah!
But in the meantime, enjoy your fun run.
Where's the steel horse, guys? I'm coming for him. Oh no, it's Godzilla! Still making it through with no damage. Somebody needs to wreck Brad so he has to go down at all costs. Why isn't this an official series? Took care of it for me. Okay, this doesn't look very professional. We're being watched by millions of people. I think over here it happens all the time. Or before you get to... You can't hide from me, Mike. Alright, man. Eight cars in.
sessions?
I'm not sure. It won't be up right away. He has to set an entire lineup on his own. That takes a while.
Gonna be another week to have around full.
Guess we'll just be a sitting here.
Maybe we should move on to general voice.
Sure, why not? More entertaining than this.
He's gonna need a good night if he wants to have that cushion for next week at Kansas. But looked like Kane Henry back to the race lead.
Yeah, he come up in front of Terrell there to kind of slow up that upper line, but I don't know if he's going to keep doing that here.
Well, let's open this broadcast up, I suppose. YouTube.com.
Not much going on right now since we're waiting on the session.
Well, yeah, but I can go back
Yeah.
to where I was helping call the duel. That was a lot of fun. Sim
Yeah, you did a
TV.
good job, dude.
Appreciate it.
That was fun to watch.
Appreciate it. I guess there's a reason that LSR TV keeps me around, eh? At least
Oh,
I'd like
maybe
to
that's
think
where
so.
I saw your name.
Possibly. I've done broadcasting in some regard for like a year now.
Well, you're really good at it, so.
I appreciate that. I didn't
You,
really.
Want to join a private channel with me?
That sounds sexual, and therefore I have to decline.
Okay, well, I tried.
I don't want to be caught up in a sexual abuse scandal in Fuel. Probably the first one ever.
Hashtag not me.
Hashtag me too.
I guess that's what I should have been saying. To be fair, it would promote the league very well. Not good, but it would certainly get some eyes on it.
Hashtag safe.
Please, no sex abuse scandals.
Dang, but boss put his foot down.
Sorry this is taking so long. I'm having to put the whole grid in manually.
No, you're good, man. It's iRacing's fault anyways, not yours.
Sounds
I
like
don't, I don't mind having a little break, honestly.
I don't really know what happened because it was set to do 19 from each.
I bet it has something to do with the fact that there was only 19 or 20 drivers in each heat in the first place. So iRacing's like, yeah,
Well, no, that was the right thing to do. That part was
No,
correct.
I know, but like I'm thinking iRacing's the way it's designed just when like, yep, there's only one person getting kicked out, so we're just gonna kick a few extra people out for shits and giggles.
I was honestly wondering if it wasn't set up for like IndyCar. Because wasn't IndyCar only 133?
Well, but up on the top it was showing that 19 still advanced from each heat. That's why I'm so confused as to what actually happened.
I don't know.
Honestly, I'd like to see the screenshot from Will of exactly how it's set up through the beta UI.
We can handle that post race.
Whoa, what is this?
Oh. Beta UI is probably what messed it up.
Well, that's the only way that you can do it.
Fucking beta UI, god
Really?
damn it.
That's the only way that
It's
you
really
can set up
annoying how
heats.
they foresee certain things just through that. Like
Well,
the time drive.
Is it?
But at the same time, if they're going to be
Okay.
going to that primarily here soon, why would they put forth the effort to code it into both things when it's going to take completely different code?
Yeah. I always thought they were going to keep both. That's what they said originally, but I'm sure that's changed.
is this
Well,
just
while
a
it's still
normal update?
beta.
Almost.
Definitely.
You can go back on the live broadcast, guys, and watch the whatever race there.
Dude, that was really funny. All the crashing. Oh my god. I feel so bad for them, but that was
Yeah,
really
it was pretty hilarious watching that. They were just like, I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, the broadcast?
Straight trial by fire.
That is funny. I think we should do that every single race. I think we should have a demolition derby leading up to the green flag. This way everyone can participate instead of the guys who just finish.
Also, Will, I'm angry with you.
will do now.
Just leave him alone until he's done making the
Yeah,
session.
yeah. Let's
And
get
then
the
you can
Fair
session up. Then
enough.
you can yell at him while you're
then talk shit during warm-up.
Well, you should make it like a 10-minute warm-up or something. Just so everyone has enough time together.
That'd be fun to have a standing start at Daytona.
I'll disagree.
That'd be funny though.
Maybe if it started us on the back straightaway, where it's flat. But I'd have to disagree with it being fun, considering we'd be starting in the tri-oval and everyone would just spin to the left. Well, the back end would come around to the left and everyone would just be dead. That'd be something.
I think you'd probably spin the tires, the back end would probably slide down towards the right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wall.
Am I the only one out there with the rookie stripes?
Everyone's a rookie.
Well, okay.
Hey now.
By the way, I'm not sure why my car's not showing up.
I'm not sure why Will's car's not showing up.
It wasn't showing up for me either.
Yeah, it's being weird.
Trading plates.
Probably something that a Control R would fix, but at the same time, I didn't want every car to be white during my race, so kind of just left it.
Training paints can be picky with such loaded sessions like that.
I feel bad for anyone that actually opens this up and like watches this stream right now, because I'm still streaming. It's just a black screen.
Ripper Ronnie.
I just don't feel like stopping it and restarting it.
I see it's scheduled for 10:13, even though it's 10:14.
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing.
Oh, it takes a second.
Server. Okay, if you reload the page, it should be up.
Yep, good for me.
It says I'm ineligible.
Tell me I'm not eligible.
Yeah, same here. It's me, I'm
It
not
does it
losing.
for a second. It does it for a second.
Just wait a minute, reload it.
Yeah. Now it's working for me. Just keep refreshing, guys.
Ah, crap! It came in. This
Alright, yeah, it's up here.
kidding. It's a Ford. Don't worry.
Did this person really just ask why the black smoke about a fire? What?
What?
Oh, there's this video of a fire somewhere out here, and this person comments on the live video saying, "Why the black smoke?" Lady.
Because some people are really dumb.
that's how smoke works until you start getting water put on the fire.
Okay, it's up there, guys.
Yeah, we know.
Ooh, pretty. Look at the lightning. Why is there thunder?
Pretty, look at the red lights in front of me. Why is everybody stopping?
Alright, I do apologize for that delay, everyone. Thank you for your patience.
But I'm not a doctor. I don't have any patience.
Shut the fuck up. I love you.
Whoa!
Oh boy.
Hashtag me too.
Hashtag
let,
the first one.
let's not use that as a joke, please.
What?
Never mind.
Will, is the grid set up by how you finished in the race or by the qualifying?
Come again?
Is the grid set up by the qualify or how you finished in the heat?
It's set up the way that the main event was supposed to be set up. Front row is locked in, inside's dual 1, outside's dual 2. Just has the extra 7 cars at the back that were supposed to be in there.
It says I'm tournament ineligible.
Okay, 10-4.
Just wait, reload the page, and should be good.
Okay.
Huh. That's interesting. Post Malone is actually decent without autotune. That's something. So Will. Oh, did he devout? He did. Gosh darn it. Where did he go? finally getting into the race session. We'll be starting 14th position. And, yeah, not much else to say. Alright. As we start to get some people in here, we're welcome to the stream. Got some time here to wait until we go green. For the Fuel Cup Series Rig Share, Fuel Rig Share Cup Series Sim Marketing Solutions 250 from Daytona. We've got a 60-lap race ahead of us. Already did a couple of 20-lap duels, and 20, 20, and 60 makes 100, which makes 250 in mileage. So, bit of a short feature once we actually get into things, but should be a lot of fun. Hopefully some of you guys decide to come on in, stick around, and enjoy the show. Alright. Well, not too many people watching. Got one person out there. You're awesome. Hope you're having a good day. As we get ready to run. Oh, and they left. Dang, man. Anyway. Someone came back. Anyway, if you do end up watching, be it archived, live, whatever, you're awesome. Want you to know that. Do got to shout out BrakeLimit.net, a great sponsor of Wall Crusher Racing and myself in my sim racing endeavors. Go to BrakeLimit.net to utilize their sim racing setup calculator, which actually uses real life physics and backs that up against different setup adjustments that you can make to help you find the right numbers, be it for your bump, rebound, anything else in your shocks, anything like that. It's definitely a great tool for sim racers to use. It's currently in development, so it might not be quite up to snuff for iRacing, but the great part about them sponsoring Wall Crusher Racing and myself and my sim racing endeavors is we get to give feedback back to them to tailor it a bit more specifically to iRacing so that iRacers can use it more effectively, realistically. So definitely check them out. There is a subscription fee, but I think it's totally worth it because there's a lot of stuff planned for the future. They send out weekly newsletters, I do believe, and it's a great company to follow. You can follow them on Twitter at BreakLimitNet. Also, follow Fuel Racing League on Twitter at FuelRL. You can follow them on Facebook too, Fuel Racing League. Should be a lot of fun this season. Getting ready to go green here in about 6 minutes for their first race of the 2018 fall season. And with that in mind, let's go ahead and get out on the track. Just run a lap of practice. Not that we really need it, but may as well shake things down real quick. Figure out why my frame rate is a little bit off. In fact, I'm just going to peel off here because it is a little lower than I want it to be, even for practicing. And in fact, let's see if I can adjust that right now. See if we can turn some of this down a little bit, just to try and help me have a higher frame rate. I think that's better. Go through the gears. Still a little bit stuttery. You'll see how it is when I get around to the back side of the track. And I am with 703 Racing in this series. Will Roberts and Nate Bowers are my teammates. Not the only three. There is one other that unfortunately is not here at the moment. Obviously starting the season off with Daytona, as you do. I don't know how I got the wrong gear there, but all right. I think I got 6th when I upshifted and pulled the shifter back. That's my bad. But anywho, as we get ready to get going, obviously make sure you like the page and catch future streams. Did the Nork race earlier. That didn't go too well, but hopefully this goes a little bit differently. Did a plate race in that race as well. That was Talladega, which ends up being their throwback race this season. So that was a little bit fun. All right, that was a little bit fun. But as we get ready to get going for this, raced my way in through the duel, finished, I want to say 6th or 7th. I think 6th in the duel after qualifying 22nd. So I'll be starting 14th after qualifying 22nd. So I'll take it. That's a net gain of 8 positions. Pretty darn good if you ask me. Definitely, I guess let's do a little bit of a roll call before we get going here tonight. Let me know where you're watching from and say hi, all that good stuff. And I'm just going to shake this car down real quick. Probably just run one lap up on the top side. Get things shaken down. Make sure the frames are all right. Seems like this should be okay, but add cars in, you never know. Especially through the tri-oval, man. That is just killing my frames, it seems like. But anyway, let's go ahead and just put the clutch in here. Call that a lap. But yeah, once again, make sure to check out BreakLimit.net, a great sponsor of myself and my endurance racing team, Wall Crusher Racing, and actually that's my team everywhere other than this Fuel Racing League. But I'm glad to have gotten onto a team, 703 Racing, for this league. I think it'll be a lot more fun being with some other people. And wow, my C-bar is just going crazy. Let's go ahead and turn some more stuff down here, just to be safe. I don't want to turn the filter off, but I think I will for when I'm in the car. See if that helps. I think some of the other drivers are having some frame issues or some internet issues. I think that's hurting the server as a whole. I think that's a little bit better. Go ahead and peel off. Spin it around and park it. And that's my car for tonight and for 6 more races this season. Again, BrakeLimit.net on the car. Also have Napa, Beer Nuts, Suicide Prevention, and Waffle House on this machine. Should be a lot of fun. And this is coming off of a win at Le Mans. Just this past weekend, man, with Wall Crusher Racing and BrakeLimit.net. Man, I just, whew, that was a heck of a race. Oh, I just opened the stream on my phone and hear my voice, and well, I'm sorry you guys have to listen to it, but hey, I appreciate you for doing so. For sure, for sure. If you didn't catch that Nork race on here earlier, I ended up in a wreck with Milad Radman, which a lot of people see as just like the god of things, and I mean, I like the guy. He's cool, but it was a situation earlier.
Alright, we'll be getting going here in just a minute. That guy, like I said, the next guy we were waiting on one, having issues, for some reason it's just not letting him in. Not in touch with him, look on, getting it through a different medium. Good racing in the first two goals. Thank you everyone for your cooperation. Sorry if I'm sounding a little monotonous, just running back and forth now. So yeah, let's keep up the good momentum that we so far somewhat enjoyed. Thank you.
Good deal there, I'd say. Will has put a lot of work into this, obviously, to make sure things happen correctly. There we go. Had a couple of issues after the duels with the race session. Now we're going right into it. 60 laps. I'll go ahead and I'll get gloves on just so I don't put blisters on my thumbs after Le Mans, because it was pretty bad after Le Mans, but things are starting to settle out. And actually, I think I gained a spot. Oh, it didn't put the 5 car in. So Will, just looking at it, it doesn't have the 5 in the lineup. I don't know if something went wrong there. Maybe it's not in the league. I don't know. Just an observation. I'm probably way out of the loop. Go ahead. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Can I do this quickly? Let me grid. Come on, don't do that. Dang it. I'm not going to get to grid because it just...
So what we got, 38 cars?
Alright. Starting from the pits. Let's go. Apparently we're not the only ones. That's an interesting way to see it, Matthew Carmichael. Haven't thought about that before. I've been doing some fantasy paint schemes for some drivers in one of my own groups, and one of them was Ryan Blaney 3M with the 14. Long story. Anyway, it actually reminded me a lot of Greg Biffle's old schemes, and I think that was kind of one of my subconscious goals with it. So anyway, getting ready to go green here. Field's coming around, and I missed the start because setup screen.
Don't worry about it now. Look at
Why not? You know, right? All right, coming to the green. I don't know where those guys are.
good luck, Ed.
We'll see when they enter the tri-oval here in my mirror, top left. Race cars in there. They are. Here they come. Green flag on the season for the Fuel Rig Share Cup Series. Glad you're here to share it with me. We've got the 69 right ahead of me. Peg first gear. Let's get ready here.
You're good, Wilco.
A little bit of wheel spin, obviously.
Didn't mean to clip your nose there.
Hopefully he checks up and, you know, lets us draft to go faster so we don't get put a lap down. I'm not sure if there's stage yellows. I don't think there are. I think it's just halfway points. So this is going to be interesting. Come on, bud. You can go faster. You can go faster. As I wash out to the apron. Come on. We can go faster than that. All right, we're good. We'll get going. So this is going to suck for a little while until we get a yellow. Hopefully this thing doesn't go yellow all the way, or green all the way, or I'm going to finish 38th.
Sorry, bud. Told me I was clear there.
No worries. That's that way.
Apparently I wasn't.
Actually, I'll be 37th. 59 car having problems. Yeah, see, I like this steering ratio a lot better. I just wish I would have done it sooner and not been stuck in the setup screen when the race went green. Oh well. Just sit here and ride. Pretty boring, I'll be honest. Oh. Setup is a little bit tight. I don't know how it's going to act just as a tandem, but setup is definitely a little bit tight. So you'll probably notice me grinding the right front a little bit. And you can watch the actual race broadcast of this thing on SimTV with commentators and great camera angles and all that. SimTV does a pretty good job. And yeah, you can watch that on YouTube at SimTV. Gotta give them a quick shout out. Hopefully you stick around for my stream though. I'd appreciate that a little bit more, I'll be honest, but either way. This 69 is taking a real weird line. I'm trying to just hold it steady right down on the bottom, and he's kind of washing up here and there. Let's see if I can iDraft with him a little bit. No, don't come up the track, bud. I don't think he knows what he's doing. Hate to say that, but I don't think he knows what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, no, he definitely doesn't, because he's coming up in front of me. We'll give him another lap, see if he figures it out. So I gotta do this so I can get air on my nose enough. No, dude. Hey, Adam, when I kick out like that, it's just to get air on my nose so I can get a run at you.
Main line, babe. Protect him. Main line.
Hopefully now he stays right where he is. There we go. I think now he understands I'm doing that to try and help us rather than hurt us. To be fair, not everyone knows that that's, you know, something that works, so it's not his fault. He's just trying to make sure he's in front of me, you know.
Sorry, Will. They checked up on me.
I would really like a caution, though.
I'm gonna stay bottom here, son. I don't want to dump it up.
Well, given this situation that I'm in now, for those of you who are watching, what are your predictions for where I'll finish now? Because this is going to be A battle back to the front. I should have started 13th, and I should have just gone with the 8-1, but I don't like with, when the setup is that low of a steering ratio. It's just ridiculous, but it is what it is. I'm going to have to try and click over and expand the comments here when I get back around out of turn 2. Because if you do leave any new ones, it's going to be tough for me to see. Let's see if I can do that now, actually. I sure can. Oh, I didn't expand it at all. 10-4. Oh, I'll just have to check it under yellow flags. By the way, I appreciate anybody who watches, be it live or archived. And again, make sure to at least check out and follow BrakeLimit.net. You can follow them on Twitter at BrakeLimit.net. That's our Twitter handle. Or, of course, visit BrakeLimit.net. You can sign up for their subscription fee and get access to their work-in-progress sim racing setup calculator, as well as their community features and newsletters. The 69 needs to get back on double yellow line. But, of course, definitely follow the Fuel Racing League as well. That's at FuelRL. And make sure you follow, my page, AC4 Racing, and Wall Crusher Racing, which is the team on iRacing that I own. We just won Le Mans this past weekend. That was a lot of fun. We won it in LMP2 class, and we came second overall to just one LMP1 car. That was with our red car, the car that I drove. Our yellow car actually finished second in class, third overall. Our purple car, even after having some issues at the start, ended up finishing, I believe, 7th in class, 11th overall. So almost top 10s overall for each of our cars. We had no real big incidents, just a little bit of damage here and there towards the latter hours, and a spin here or there throughout the 24 hours. That's it. And he has no clue what he's talking about because side draft is a thing.
I wasn't trying to, Red. I was just following the line.
He has no clue what he's talking about, I'm sorry, but just has no clue. Hey Adam, just stick right on this double yellow line and I'll get that run down the back straight away if I just keep my nose to the right. See, I already caught up a little bit through the tri-oval there. Going a little bit faster. Yeah, see, I get that big run down the straightaway. See if I can get one through the corner here. Get to him. Maybe out of 2. If not, I'll get the run here out of 2. Get it moving right here anyway. Start crawling up to him. Dip back behind him. Use the air to push him forward a little bit. And that's how you pump draft on iRacing in the Cup car.
Hold her steady, Justin. Hold her steady, buddy.
Let's see here. See if we can get some air to my nose again. Start to move back in on him. Some air again. And big push into 1. I don't know why that works, but it does. Which is why side drafting works. Because you get a big run when you sit right to the right side of a car. And so if you do that with your left front even, you get a huge, huge run moving. So I don't know why people say side draft doesn't work, because it does. They say that like they just don't want you on the side of their car, and they're completely ignorant. So again, let me know where you're watching from. Bit of a roll call. And where you think we might finish now that we started from the pits. Yeah, I'm not so sure about this one now. We have to get a yellow, and this race is actually pretty short. So we just might start up the season off on the bottom of the point standings. To be fair, I think I might finish there, but we'll see. Cup cars are not my forte, but I like Will. I like what they're doing here, and to be fair, if I don't run them, I'm never going to learn how to run them, so might as well. Wow, 9 people in here seeing me run 37th. Awesome. and seeing a big hashtag beef jerky. That's pretty cool, actually, that he does that with his name. As my pedals slip forward.
Come on up. Come on up. Yeah, we might just stay out here and do the capacity shot. We'll get some momentum up here first.
So honestly, it's not a bad draft package with the setup and the package itself and whatnot, but it's also not that great, for being honest. So he starts to get that run moving.
Yeah. Probably just try to get the good stuff out of the way, then we'll go after him.
See, he just gets moving when I get to him like that. He just goes.
Hey man, I got top 20 going here. Well, top 25. I'm holding down 30.
And this car isn't even overheating. I think Will opened the grill up a little bit, so you can, especially doing this, it keeps the car real cool. You get that big run out of 2. You get right to the back of the 69 car, and you just get him moving. Look at that run.
Big checkup, man. You guys can say something.
After you rely on the air to push him forward, that time it works just a little bit. See if we can get a big run out of him out of 4 here. For some reason I had a bit of an issue there keeping up with him out of 4. I don't know why. I'll have to wait to see the comments for just a little bit, but I appreciate you guys utilizing that feature because it is always pretty cool to have on a stream, of course. Let's see if I can get a bit of a run here on him again. Nah, I'll wait. We're just not moving forward at all. This is going to be a long, long race. Especially if we don't get a yellow.
Gotta line up, guys. We're gonna lose the drive.
It's like there's just a big pocket of air between the 2 bumpers, and you have to sit out to the side or you're never going to get a run at somebody. Get him moving kind of like that. This is a real sucky situation for us. See if I can get a run down low. I don't think it works to the left side like it does the right, unfortunately. Man, this is gonna be a long, long race. It's just watching the back of the 69 car, I feel like.
Come on, boys, let's keep this little line going.
47.118.
Hey Justin, is your Discord chat not working?
Just trying to focus on somehow getting us to be a little bit faster than we are. I think we're just screwed, honestly, unless we get a yellow. Hit him a little bit too far to the left there. That kind of moved him around.
That was scary.
We haven't had a caution all night long. We only had little incidents in the duels and green so far in this. I'd really like to see a caution. Whoa. All good.
Every time a pop to make an outside line work, everybody bails.
47.011.
Just, we're going so slow because it's only the two of us, and we're already set back because of the pits, and we're just going to go a lap down and nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. So there's just no cautions. I don't know how. And we're not going to have a stage caution because that makes too much sense. At least I don't think we are. I think we just dole out points and keep racing.
here. That's a huge checkup. Sorry, I didn't have time to say anything.
Oh, no worries, man. No, you're fine.
47.05.
I'm just gonna wait and see what the 69 car does. With the field coming up. I imagine at this point, with him still being down here, we're staying on the bottom. I don't want to make a move right in front of the field.
8 cars pitting, 3 cars pitting, 65, 56, 00. 05, 39, 21 pitting. 29.
46.944.
So they're on lap 29. I have to wonder if there is that halfway break with a caution, or if they're just wanting to pit and break it down into a half and a half kind of deal, which is kind of dumb. I don't know why you'd want to do that.
24 is pitting this time by. Any this time by?
97 will be fitting. 50's fitting this time by.
66 pitting this time by.
46.491.
Guess we'll find out if there's yellow this time around, huh?
Come on, give me a chance.
What are you? What are you guys doing, merging in front of everybody? Check your mirrors, people. Oh my God.
We had some cars on 2, some cars on 4, and it just got stacked up.
Yeah, well, I get those two on my deal.
That should have been a yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, it should have been a yellow.
That was my fault, Don. I'm really sorry about that.
Still there.
67, 76, pit.
Clear low, clear low. Got one outside. Alright, we're halfway to the finish. You're clear high, 46.
I'm mad right now. That was dumb. That was incredibly stupid. I can't believe those guys did that.
Come down, come down.
Still there. 3 wide, you're in the middle. 3 wide, you're in the middle. All clear, all clear. Inside. Still there. Clear low, clear low. 46.552. You got one inside. Stay high. Stay high. This is on the low side. Still there? What's the line? Stay high. Stay high.
That was incredibly unintelligent for all those guys to just merge up their 3 wide like that. Incredibly unintelligent.
46.18 in the top 20. There you go, man. Good job. Still there.
I think he went underneath me and got tight, just like I got tight. At this point in the run, car is just super tight. When are you pitting, Will? This lap?
Yep.
Then I'm coming through here. All good.
Take a timer there and call it.
Hopefully it only gives me rights here. Not finding your stall is nothing compared to what I did on entry.
Getting out, getting back in.
Well, this race sucks. This just sucks.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Alright.
Go in gear! Jesus. Sitting there trying to shift and it just won't go in gear.
All clear, all clear. The leader is sitting now. 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 You got one inside. 1 minute, 24.487. All clear, all clear. The leader is sitting now.
Wow.
The leader is sitting now. You're flanking. I just want to let you know. The leader is sitting now.
You keep catching these guys, Casey.
The leader is sitting now. The leader is sitting now.
I don't know why iRacing keeps saying that to me. Oh, God, I got to turn, huh? I'm trying to unlock my phone real quick so I can check the chat a little bit. Maybe not the safest thing to do right now, but hey. See if we can get the chat to refresh here. A little bit difficult to do while I'm wearing gloves. Alright, let's look at it now. What is this, iRacing? Yes, this is. This is iRacing. Oh, that was the only comment. Alright, so Joshua, if you're still watching, this is iRacing. And my PC isn't all that great, but if you want, I can... I mean, I broadcast off of it, so if you really wanted, I could send you my my parts that are in it. As I struggled to get my glove back on in the corner. Wow, that was a mess of a couple of laps, but alright, let's get back at it. Let's go. Will, what happened to you? That's not heard me. Check the Discord real quick.
Thanks, Pop.
this. All right.
Up to going high, Dean.
Yeah, go ahead.
See if I can open up. Okay, I can't open that up. Cool. I think it's Jamie that's watching right now. Good to have you around. Maybe not. It could be someone else. Honestly, I have no clue. Zach Real, maybe? Either way, as I try and go in a straight line while checking the chat, thank you for coming in. I did take just rights here, so I'm a little bit tight. Let's check my fuel, or my tire wear, actually. Huh. That's interesting. Should have done fuel only. At least at this point, if I do get a caution, I can easily take the wave around. But still, not an ideal situation. 34th. Hey, does anyone know if there's a rule for going through too many pit stalls? Hello? Hello? Okay.
We're coming back there, Andrew. You gonna go up for us, buddy?
Sorry, I was changing Discord channels. I'd rather stay here so I can try and catch y'all's draft and go faster. I will hold the bottom line and not give you any trouble, but I'd rather try and catch the draft a little bit. Yeah, I was not about to lift for that. I need to get back. I need to get in the draft and go faster. So I would hope they're relatively understanding of that. I'm not trying to screw anyone over. I just, you know, need to do this so I can go faster for my race as well. A little bit tight though. I'm not sure if these guys got 4 tires or what, but I am quite tight. I think these guys must have got 4. And the guys up front must have got 2. Yeah, that's my teammate Will up there. Letting these guys go by. I mean, sure, that's cool, but I needed to get some draft here. We're all over the place right here with the 73. And the 88's just in a bad spot trying to follow. Man, he is everywhere. See, now I can just sit here and kind of ride around. I don't have to worry about how I'm pushing or anything like that. I can just sit here and ride. .33 now. Don't know what the differential is up to the other guys that are a lap down, but I'd like to close it up a little bit. These guys are all over the place. Alright, next time one of them do that, next time one of them does that, I'm just going to go underneath. I'm not going to sit here and keep checking up.
Yeah, no cuts for me. Consistent, good.
Jeez, guys. The 73 needs to chill out a little bit. He's like everywhere. Oh my god, he is everywhere. I wonder if he's on a controller, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know why you're doing that, Zach. You pitched me down and you caused me to wreck and it's really stupid, but whatever.
He has to be on a controller. Yes!
I tell you, I literally just warned you, son. We gotta pass the pace car, guys, and then we'll keep going.
Yes! All hope is not lost. I can still finish maybe top 20 or something. Oh, Lord. That feels good to see.
Oh, Johnson, you got out of that. Thank God.
Maybe a black flag for Nate so we don't get black flags. Because he's not going very fast.
Checking up on the back stretch.
Where are we stopping here? What are y'all doing? Let's go!
Race control is saying I got him at 66 by, but he's nowhere in sight. Would we okay to pit and clear that black flag, or do I have to move him?
So 66 here on the back stretch going to turn 3. He's not very far behind you.
10 bucks. I can see. Oh, there he is. He just popped up on my relative.
Okay, come on, guys.
24. No problem. I'm good.
Take my glove off for a second. Oh, I can't get the wave around because these guys ain't going to pit. My race isn't saved. Gosh, what the heck, guys? These guys aren't going to pit.
I don't know how I'm getting my life back in Don isn't, but okay.
If you get an incident in the thing that causes the caution, basically, if you have an incident at the time of the yellow coming out, iRacing thinks you were the cause, and you don't get the lucky dog, so the next car behind you does.
Yeah. It's just crap that I literally warn a guy not to pinch me and he keeps doing it and then he causes a wreck. And we were racing for Lucky Dog by ourselves. It was just a stupid move.
I just wish I could get my lap back.
It was really, there was no need for that caution. It was just really stupid.
Hey, settle it after the race.
Into the roof.
Your road is now open.
I want to come in for 4 tires just so I have some grip here and can make some moves, try and get what positions I can. I see no reason in staying out when, I'm lacking grip. I may as well come in, get tires, and go back out.
I'm not sure they're going to be a black flag at the line or not, so I'm just going to play.
Let the 46 car by.
Yeah, whatever's gotta be said, we'll say it after the race.
Pam, I need you to send me your tank.
Shut up, Chip. Line up single file. It's the 96 car. Why is my car white?
As it goes.
Alright. Took the gloves off. I'm starting to feel a little bit bulky. I want to be able to grip my shifter. That sounds so weird.
You got a good bit of damage in your ass end there, Justin. I don't know whether you're carrying or not.
Alright, so it looks like we can race our way up to about 24th. Been racing my teammate here on the restart. That's cool.
I got RC dead here.
1 minute 51.47.
Interesting.
Alright, everybody, we're coming to green here. Trying to finish strong. Please remember, no lane change no lane changes before the start finish line. Watch the yellow line, do not advance your position. And good luck to everybody.
Thanks, Dad.
You the man, Cal.
Try not to check up. Let's have a good start here, guys.
Nate, how's your motor?
Get ready.
Rest in peace. 10-4.
So, 145, 155.
Alright, man. Race cars in. Green flag, green flag.
All right.
You got a better resource than that guy.
1 minute 38.872.
Come on, Will, back up a little bit. We're gonna get the 4 between us otherwise. Come on, back up, back up. All right, never mind. Get underneath him.
Stay low.
So yeah, this 96 right in front of me, the white rear. That's my teammate and team owner. I'm gonna see if I can catch him. Man, that restart was not that good. I had to wait on this 4 car to get going.
Sorry, man, I didn't know you were there.
Oh, they're gonna wreck. Hopefully Will sees what's going on and backs up. There we go. All right.
You got one outside. Still there? What's the line? All clear, all clear. 50.739.
The next side line here going, guys.
That 9 scares me. 'Cause I think that's what the number is.
Still there. Still there? What's the line?
Hopefully Will is fine sending it 3 wide if he has to get a spot here. What just happened? I mean, I had no time to react to that one. I don't know what just happened.
Stay low, there's a car on the high side. Stay low, there's a car on the high side. 46.893. Stay low, there's a car on the high side. 5 to go at the line.
All right, let's get this bottom line moving. Let's see if we can get some spots here.
Stay low. You're clear high, clear high.
Get up to about 24th here. Slowly but surely getting a spot here and there. Let's go, let's go.
Come on, boys.
Inside. Stay high. Car on the low side. Stay high.
Don't go down yet, Will. I need to get clear of the double O.
3, 4,
All right, now I can go.
clear low, clear low.
They're wrecking, they're wrecking, they're wrecking. Hey, bro, check up.
Stay low. You're clear high, clear high.
Hey, bro, somebody's hitting me. Relax.
Jesus.
Great, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Getting plowed over.
Boy, generally, that seemed pretty good.
Can any team hold a fucking line?
Man. That's gonna suck. Can't get that spot.
48.095.
Damn it, stay low.
Just got the white flag.
Don, that's my bad if you were getting plowed over too. Just frustrating.
47.476. Got a slow car up ahead.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Well, that was interesting. Enough said.
You got
Interesting.
one outside. All clear, all
I mean, yeah, I maybe should have lifted, but at the same time, what in the world am I supposed to do when the whole track's blocked and I'm trying to slow down. I did lift, actually. I was out of the gas. And if I nail the brakes, I mean, I'm just going to spin out and cause more of a wreck anyway. That was stupid. That was stupid. That was really stupid. I don't know what the hell these guys are doing right there. Like, I was trying to, lift and have less speed going into that. But, I mean, what am I supposed to do I'm trying to get down to the bottom, and there's literally nowhere for me to go. Hell, I could have gone on the brakes and, locked them down and not spun out, and I still would have plowed straight into that. I mean, there's nothing I could have done right there. I don't know what the hell that was right there at the end. Other than a mess, that was stupid. That was a really dumb last couple of laps. As far as administration, it was pretty good. Just, I don't know what the heck happened those last few laps.
I don't know who that was that came from the grass like that. Jesus Christ.
Got plenty of stuff to review. We're gonna go and take a look. We need to be handed down or talking about the local people. Thanks for helping. I really appreciate it. There's a lot of good routes out there.
I flew straight into that wreck out of 2 on the last lap, but I mean, I don't know where I was supposed to go. The whole track was blocked, and I had lifted, and I don't know where I was supposed to go on that one. I didn't want to jam on the brakes and wreck myself in front of even more people. That was something out of 2.
Hell yeah. Racing times for Daytona. First ever league race together.
What just happened? Hello? Anybody?
I'm trying to figure out what the heck I did wrong with that crash.
I'm just trying to figure out what the heck that last lap was. Like, I'll admit, I flew straight into it out of 2 because I didn't know where else to go. Like, my brain just shut down trying to figure out a place to miss that. Yeah, like
I went right to the bottom.
I was trying to get down to the apron, and I was just I couldn't do it. My brain was just like, what is this? I mean, that was something there on the last lap out of 2.
I don't know how I got through. I did.
The whole last 5 laps were just bizarre, and then the whole thing coming out of the pits, I don't know what the heck that was.
I missed my pit stall, and I was on old tires trying to get around that on the apron, and I was almost sliding out, and I was kind of holding people up, but I kind of gaggled it up, but I was on old tires there.
I'm so confused as to what some of that was today. That was a bizarre little deal, huh? What happened with the 3 car here? Oh, he got hooked. Who hooked him? Oh, that was the 13. Who's the 13? Oh, that was Gabriel. Huh.
I mean, I had little faith for us when people were exiting pit road next to the outside wall.
Yeah, that was pretty sad. That was pretty sad. I'm glad you made it through, because I mean, I looked low just to see what the heck was going on in front of us, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, all right, I'm about to die. Cool. And I just tried to pick my way through it.
Yeah, happened on that pit road. It was I missed my stall coming in on that first group of cars, and I just went through, and I was on old tires trying to get around the apron, and I was almost sliding out on there, and I ducked to the inside more to get out of the way of everyone, and everyone just started kind of zooming past me on the right, and I was like, oh crap, so I just ducked down, and yeah, I might have held it up a little bit, but it was either that or spin out, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
40 car.
That's one of the other things I'm checking right now, and then I'm going to go back to the pit exit.
I mean, I guess I should get dinged for arcade braking, but I mean, I don't know what the heck happened.
Oh, the 40 just hit, or not the 40, sorry, he has the 40. The 00 just hit him. Like, that was not pinching from Zach. Zach got hit.
No, I was asking about the aftermath, sliding down the track and then...
Lap 49. How was this not a yellow?
50. Lap 50. That was a lap down.
How is this not a yellow? What?
Oh, it definitely was a yellow.
Oh, that was the yellow? Okay, I'm dumb. I'm not smart.
I just wonder what in the world happened because I mean,
He got
yeah,
turned, and then he was in the middle of the track, and that's when he locked it down. And with the way the brakes are, it pulled him around to the left, and so he ended up being broadside for a second in front of the field.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen, or else I should have slowed down a lot more. Kind of hard to break that one a little bit.
I'm trying to get back to you. Oh yeah, I see where you probably thought he was, 97 was going to keep going. Yeah, that's something.
It's just really weird because I'm used to cars sliding down the track and not snapping back around.
Yeah, it's just the way the brakes are in the car. He didn't really do anything wrong there. I want y'all to go back if you can, if you're still in the session, and watch my pit entry. It was my lap 34.
I screwed up with my pit exit.
Oh, I screwed my pit entry up real good.
Oh, my pit entry was great twice, and my pit exit was horrible the first time because I just grazed the yellow line, and I got a black flag.
Adam, you were right behind me when we pitted. Did you see what happened?
Oh yeah, I saw your number very clearly.
Well, but like how I recovered? How I recovered
no,
though?
I didn't see that. I
If you're still in, go back and watch it. If you're still in, go back and watch it. It's awesome.
No, I left. I couldn't sit in that room any longer.
I really hope that made it on the broadcast. I really hope that made it on the broadcast. That's so sick. I've never pulled that in the middle of a race before. I've pulled it all the time in practice, but I've never pulled it in the middle of a race.
Alright, guys, I'm headed out. Have a good one.
Alright, have a good one, Nate. So basically what happens here, I'm coming into the pit lane, and I don't know if it was just wheel hop or what, because I think I was still in the right gear. I don't think I'd gotten the wrong gear or anything. But when I'm coming in to slow down, I think I just started locking up and wheel hopping, and it spun me around. And so I locked down the brakes, put it in reverse, get the rear wheel spinning, get straightened out for a second, just long enough to kind of get my bearings, and then whip it around, put it in first gear, and keep going. Never stopped. It was beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, that's great. That's something right there. I want to get the onboard there.
Alright guys, I'll see you next week.
Okay. See ya. Alright, let's get the onboard of this. There's third. No, I think that was second. Yeah, I just spin. Huh. Talk about a piece of driving right there. It's not often that I can, like, brag about my driving, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that pit exit was hairy as hell, man.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm going to look at next. If you're still in the session, or even the replay, look at the 45, lap 34 coming into pit. That was something. Let's see, is this the part where... Is this the part where that happens? Oh, it sure is. Alright, let's change the angle a little bit. Oh my god. I don't know, like, why those guys were doing that. Like, I understand if you come out staggered and you have to be too wide, but give us somewhere to go on the top of the track. I don't understand why, like, the 05 is up here just going, like, washing out to the wall 3 wide. There's nowhere for us to go. I don't understand. Like...
I almost lost it like 3 times, so I was like, I can't go any faster down this damn apron, dude. Or else
yeah.
I'm gonna cause a damn caution, dude.
Yeah, like I understand if you're having problems getting up to speed, or if you come out too wide, that's I mean, it happens sometimes. But you come out and like you're settled in, and then suddenly you just decide you're gonna go to the top of the racetrack and make everything 3 wide. Like I that's what I don't get.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
I was having trouble. I was having trouble getting up to speed, so I just ducked into the inside to let everyone pass. And then when I tried to get back onto the track, it was like 3 wide. So I was like, oh shit, how am I gonna get on this track that's already 3 wide?
Yeah, that was a mess.
And I was just like, I had to get off the gas, and I was like, okay, screw it.
It was just a big mess. For me, I come out of turn 2. Yeah, it's whatever.
Just bad timing, you know.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't miss my pit, I would have had grip. I would have been out of that on the apron a lot faster, you know. But I was sliding, man.
I got you.
And plus, I cooked the tires on the way in, you know. I was just trying to get it slowed down.
Oh yeah, no. Again, if you can go back and see my pit entry on lap 34 for me, that was something.
It's on lap 34?
Yeah, my lap 34.
Any of you guys get a speeding penalty? Because I did.
Nope.
No, I don't know how, but I got it slowed down.
Thankfully, I got my lap back, but
I wish I had, man.
I don't think I was able to get my lap back.
I mean, I didn't really go anywhere once I got my lap back anyways, so.
Nope, I did not get mine back. I didn't end up one down. It's a bummer because I lost it on that missing my pit, so
So we come up on this big gaggle out of the pit lane, and when I get onto the straightaway and I'm pushing the 69, like, we have a clear lane to the top at least. Like, it's not that bad. Like, sure, it's a gaggle on the bottom, but we at least have somewhere to go safely to the top side. And then everybody just keeps coming up in front of us. Let's see, who is that? Who's the 27? Like, that was a bit of a late move coming up. He didn't wreck anyone, Justin Rudd. He didn't wreck anyone, thankfully, so it's not that bad, but, like, that was a late move. The 05 just went straight to the wall. I don't know why. And the 39 was making a pass. Like, guys, look in your mirror. I mean, and then as the 69 was going up, I tried to follow him, and then I thought I was going to turn him if I kept going. So I had to bail and start getting on the brakes. And that's about the time that, like, I was going to try and shoot between the 39 and the 00 and try and make it. Then the 39 turns down because he sees us coming. So he turns down into the 00, spins the 00 out. I have to try and pull back to the right. Somehow, I actually passed the 69 car, plus, like, 6 of these guys that just came out of the pits. And I don't know how I got through that alive.
I think everyone's so, like, focused on getting up to speed and staying in the drive.
Yeah, and making the shifts right. But, like, you have to watch your mirror. Like, that's just part of racing. You got to know what you're doing in front of people. Like, even if you don't watch your mirror, if you just look at your relative, know there's people coming up, that's enough. Like, it just tells you to just hold where you are and at least be predictable.
Yeah, especially when you break off in 2 big groups like that. You know that second group's going to be flying, coming around that corner when you're trying to get back onto the track, too. You know?
Yeah,
so
like, it just, I don't know. I think it was short sight on those guys. I think I don't think they were doing anything intentionally. I think it was just short sight. Like, I believe they had the best of intentions. I think it was just not watching their mirror.
Trying to get back up to speed as quickly as possible because everyone knew it was gonna stay green. So like everyone's like, shit, I gotta hit this right. Or I'm going to lap down.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I had a speeding penalty and I had to serve it under green. And I still wasn't really that far of a lap down.
Yeah, it was close. It was close because everyone's kind of linked up, you know. Like everyone was kind of, they found a partner to dance with, you know, and like it kind of
everybody
kept
got
everyone
munched up again.
Yeah, it kind of kept everyone in. So like, I mean, you only see a few guys that are like 10 or 11 laps down, you know. So that's a pretty close field right there for like Daytona. Usually you just see maybe 15 cars at the end that are on the lead lap, maybe.
Yeah, that race was clean for the most part.
Yeah, it was good racing. And it's tough though once you go like 30 green laps of just tight racing like that, then you gotta just slam it down into the pits and then come back out and hit it again, you know. Like it's tough. I mean, I'm surprised there wasn't more cautions, like just getting into pit road or something like that.
Yeah.
Some bomb runs.
Yeah. Everybody was really clean cut when I went in on my lap.
Yeah, it seemed decent. It seemed like there was a guy or two that was being a little too aggressive here and there, or moving down on people. But I mean, realistically, it was a really good race. It's just the way it sorted out caused the problem coming out of the pits, because we had the pit, the green flag pits, which isn't, for some people, isn't normal. For a lot of people, that might have been the first time they did that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
With
You're on like NAS or something.
Yeah, exactly. With the 40 getting turned, I mean, that was just whatever. It's what it is. And then the wrecks at the end, I think, were just everybody pushing and still learning the driving styles of some of these guys. I mean, it's a startup league, a lot of new people from a lot of new places. It's going to happen, realistically.
There's a few people with bad connections too. That might have been
Yeah,
part of it.
yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut my stream down real quick. Thank you guys for watching, and that's about it.